Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new tutorial video. Today we'll be learning about how you can make beautiful vegetation for MSTS or open rails. So without any further ado, let's get started. Before getting further into the tutorial, please do subscribe to the channel, which helps us bring up more tutorial videos which would help the new creators to make assets for MSTS or open rails. So when it comes to the basic software requirements for making a vegetation, they are: one is Photoshop and the other is SketchUp. You are free to use any version. It can be the latest version or the older version. I personally use SketchUp 2022 and Photoshop 2021. You can use any version as per your comfortability. So the first and foremost and the basic step of creating a vegetation is you require a transparent image. It can be of a tree, of a bush, of anything. So simply open up your Chrome browser and search for tree PNG, okay, and download any image. You are free to use any kind of image. I'm looking for something like I like this one. So here you are getting an option of downloading it as PNG. So let's download it as PNG. So I've stored my image over here. So as you can see, it's a transparent image. Okay, so now open up your Photoshop and click on create new. Take a 512 canvas. It's my personal suggestion. You can go up with 2K resolution, but the user might sometimes face up lag issues because your resolution is higher. So choosing a lower resolution is a better option, and 512 is the best resolution for making a vegetation. So create a 512. It should be in a square format. It cannot be in 1920 or 10 by 1080p, not in any other format. It should be in a square format. So now click on create. So we'll get a canvas. So firstly, paint your background as green. There is a particular reason why I'm doing that. So now drag and drop your image in this canvas. So now adjust your image. Make sure to keep the trunk in this area, because when you take this image to SketchUp or anything, it will be more easier for you to directly paste the texture instead of adjusting in the SketchUp. So okay, so now we are done. We have pasted this. Now hold Control on your keyboard and click on this area, okay, in the square area. So it will automatically select up the outlines of the tree. Now go to channels, click on this plus icon. It will create an alpha channel. Go to this paintbrush and make sure the color is white, okay, and click here. I'm sorry, make sure this color is white, okay, and click here. So now press Ctrl D. It will remove the selection. So now as you can see, we have created an alpha channel. So now the alpha channel is created, obviously. So now click on file, save a copy, okay, save on your computer, and here you'll be getting an extension of .tga. You have to save it in TGA format to get a transparent image. Okay, so now I'll be creating tutorial 1.tga, and make sure your alpha channels box is ticked. Click on save and save it in 32 bits per pixel and click OK. So now as you can see here, a TGA file is created. So when you open with this TGA tools, so you should be seeing this alpha channel. If you see anything other than like your image, other than this type of channel, then your alpha channel is not been created. So make sure you get this type of channel. Okay, after we have created the TGA file, now simply open up SketchUp. Okay, so this is the lookout how the SketchUp looks. Okay, so delete this figure and go to this rectangle tool and create a square shape. So an average a tree is of like 10 by 10 meters we can take. So I've created a complete canvas of 10 by 10 meters. So now I'll go to file, import, and I'll click. So as you can see, this is my TGA file. So when I click here, you have to make sure your image as, by default SketchUp uses the image as an image. Okay, make sure you have to select as a texture, otherwise you won't see your image as a transparent with a transparent background. So when I click on import, you can see my tree gets imported. Okay, now from this point you drag it up and go to this endpoint and paint it. So okay, so our tree has been created, okay, with on a plane. So now when you see on the backside, there's no texture. So to apply that same texture on the backside, go to this eyedropper tool, click here, and then simply click here. So the same image gets painted on the backside. So now use this measure tool to go to the center point of the tree. Either you can use the center point of the rectangle, but I personally select I drag my measure tool to the center of the trunk, which gives me more accurate position. So now double click to make this plane selected and go to this rotate tool. Okay, and go somewhere here where your rotation tool aligns with the red axis. This is the red axis. Okay, so make sure you go to this place and click it, go till this point and hit Control on your keyboard and click and rotate it. Okay, and you can, to more accurately, you can type manually like 90 degrees. So now we have created a tree. This is a single tree of how you can make it. Now if you want to make it as a forest, let us say, so now firstly you have to make it as a component, make as component and create, and then move it to a little bit of left side. Okay, so now when it comes to a forest, it's obviously, a forest is like it will be in a very large area, like a 50 meters area. So create a plane, complete plane of 50 by 50 meters. Okay, now this plane has been created. I use a tool called random tools. Okay, so what this tool does is it randomly places your particular component, that is this tree, on this face. So you have to download this extension. It is available online for free, you can download it. So now select this area and then select the face where you want your tree to be placed. Okay, so now place components randomly along the faces. Click on this icon and you can choose the number of quantities. So like I will go with 30 and give the rotation as 360, and scale factor is how much scale you want to apply to your particular tree, and hit OK. So now it will randomly distribute your tree object on this plane. Now delete this component and delete the plane. Now after this, when you select it, you will see that it is completely grouped up along many objects. So now you have to click on that object and hit explode, and now they are separated in individual groups. Make sure while exporting you should never export it in groups. Now again right click and again hit on explode. You have to make sure that each of your individual planes gets separated. They shouldn't be in form of groups. So now this is a bunch. So now go to extensions, train simulator, and hit on MSTS train sim export. Okay, I'll be naming it as tutorial1.s. .s is the extension for shapefile, and hit on save. And you don't require an SD file for vegetation, so hit no. And as you can see, it will give you the polygon count of 536 polygons. Okay, so now that's it. We have created up our vegetation. So now when we come up to this folder, we can see that there's a shape file which has been created. When we double click it, it is showing in this format. Why? Because we haven't created our ACE file. So now I'll be giving you a step of how you can create your ACE file particularly for vegetation. So those who are using TGA tools, open your TGA image and click on export. There you will see AC alpha and AC transparent. Both of them export the same alpha channel, but I prefer to use AC transparent. So click on AC transparent and then select the folder and save it with the exact name with which you created your shapefile, because it has been already linked with your shapefile. Tutorial 1. Okay, and hit save. Now our AC file has been created. When you double click and open it, again you should see your alpha channel here. If you don't see your alpha channel, then you have created it in a wrong format. So now when I open this shape file, now you can see how this forest looks. So I guess I have cleared all the doubts regarding the vegetation, but if you still face any issues or any doubt, you can do comment down below, and also do subscribe to the channel so that we can make more content like this to help the creators make new things. Thank you.